Hello, listeners. How are we all doing tonight? Well, it's not when we're recording it. And anyway, this is a Talking Parra podcast, and we have our four hosts here, our four mad Parramatta supporters. We've got Matty Tate from Tate Sports Cards. We've got Hayden from the Entertain House. We have myself, Troy, from the Parra Cave podcast. And we've also got our illustrious host, Mr. Adam Martin. Over to you, Adam.
Yeah, wonderful. Thanks, Troy, and welcome to episode. Good question. What are we up to? 15?
17, boys.
17. Okay, there we go. 17.
There must have been two very forgettable episodes amongst that. So, actually, wonderfully, I'll go episode 17. So, once again, we're sponsored by Peter Alexander tonight. As I said, look, I've kept the Peter Alexander pajamas on. We're one in a row since I've been wearing them. I don't know if you guys can say the same thing when he's wearing those shirts or jumpers or what last week. No?
No.
I've worn it for a year, so I'm consistent.
Oh, well, you're the curse then.
Yeah.
You're as inconsistent as BA and Parramatta. Anyway, moving on. Wonderful night at Leichhardt. Certainly was an experience. I know 2 out of the 4 of us were there. Hayden sent me a message and said, "Hey, I can see you." I said, "Can't see you. Can't see much, to be honest." But it was a very eventful bus trip down from Newcastle and a very eventful trip home.
Just how much was your ticket on the hill, mate?
Well, I'm not an idiot, and I bought a family ticket, so I think it cost us $30 each or something. Group of 12. I know there were reports around saying it cost $50. It was $40 from adult leading up to, but I think the gate prices were $50, which is a bit crazy. But look, they've got to make their money somehow. They haven't really got a leagues club behind them anymore, do they? Because I drove past that in the main street. But anyway, like I said, it was a very eventful trip to Leichhardt. Unbelievable experience. Standing next to Brett Kenny watching the game was also pretty cool. Got to have a chat with him, just stand there like the common bloke. Made me way around the grounds, watching a couple of different spots, and really took in the 8th wonder of the world, which really is a bit of a shithole, to be honest, after being a Combank Stadium, and I'll put that as nice as I can. The toilets aren't great. The bar lines are terrible. The best thing about it was the hot donut place. Hayden, did you have a hot donut?
No, mate, I was on the Dagwood dogs all night. They were great.
Of course you were. That suits your style. Look, I had dinner before I went in. Then I think it was $10 for 6 donuts. So I bought $20 worth of them for the 12 blokes from the bus. I was hoping not everyone would take one. And of course, everyone took one. So I got one donut. That's pretty shattering. But on the way out, we went out the wrong gate and the bus went the other way. So I've walked back past the food thing and I got free hot dogs and chips. That was absolutely amazing. So I don't like hot dogs, but I got them anyway because it was free. So, look, let's get to the game. Enough shit talk. Queensland has got us on a timeline tonight because he's got to fly up to Queensland tomorrow to watch his team get beat.
Are you the number 6, Hayden?
Am I the number 6?
Yeah.
Oh, hope so. You've revealed me a little secret, mate.
Sorry.
Probably do a better job than Ben.
Billy won't tell us.
What was that?
Billy won't tell us. DCE won't tell us.
The DCE's out, mate.
Is he?
Nah.
You never know. Like, the way Queensland have played mind games is across the years. You could rock up tomorrow and Cameron Munster could be playing. He'd probably be that many bags deep anyway. But anyway, let's just see how they get him through the game. That's how you get rid of COVID. All right. We're getting distracted. We're getting sidetracked. We're on a timeline because of Mr. Queenslander over here. I hope your team lose. But let's talk about the game. Look, I said last week, it's one of those games we really should go to Leichhardt if we're any good and put 40 points on them and really stamp an authority. We didn't do it. We won the game, which is obviously hard enough there. But I thought it was a good result no matter what. We got 2 tries taken off us early, which in my opinion were both tries. The lane one, they looked at it 74 times. If you slow anything down enough, you're going to see something wrong with it, aren't you? Eventually, you're going to separate from a ball when you put a ball down, for example. I've seen it given a try, and I thought he had control of it. Just because a bloke tries to strip the ball, hit the ball out, doesn't mean you lose control of it. And then the one just after the Will Penasini, where they called it a forward pass that breathed it straight back over his head when he was facing this way. So that was a terrible call. They've come out and said they got that wrong, which they did. But then we move on to the Tigers' first try. If that's not a double movement, I've never seen one in my life. The elbow carrying the ball touched the ground, and then he lifted it out. He lifted up and out. There was no momentum in the tackle. It wasn't a bounce because there was no bouncing in the tackle. And Murata still had his hand around him. So I thought we were pretty hard done by then. But to our credit, we come back from 12-0. The sim bidding probably helped. But we didn't play panic football, which was one thing I was pretty proud about with us. We weren't brilliant. Moses had one of those games against the Tigers. I thought early on he tried to do too much, as he usually does, but then he found his composure and, just started running through him, which he's very capable of. And we see the best running game out of Moses when he plays the Tigers. So I think he needs to find that balance against everyone. And then I actually saw a lot more organisation, which is probably the happiest thing I've seen when I watched the replay back, because trust me, I needed to watch the replay back, was Dylan Brown doing some organising. It's in the first half, attacking our line. And it's probably one of the first times I've seen Dylan Brown jump into first receiver and start pointing blokes around, setting stuff up. I don't know if that's because he knows Mitchell gets a bit of cuckoo and just likes to play what's in front of him against the Tigers and just try and prove a point. But we need to see, a bit of that from both of them. Dylan doing organising and Mitch obviously, doing his best of running game in there as well. So I'll go to your thoughts next, Hayden.
Yeah, it was a very entertaining game at Leichhardt. Obviously, probably should have piled more points on and denied a few tries early on, which kind of took that momentum away from the start. But definitely reminded me of our game against the Seagulls at home a few weeks ago, where we were able to come back from behind and overcome that adversary of struggling to score points early on. Finally cracked through Regan Campbell-Gillard. And you mentioned the two tries we were denied, but I just want to mention David Nofaluma's final try. I don't know how it was given a try. Clearly lost possession of the ball. All for the Tigers scoring deserved tries, and they got some good tries on the night. But that final David Nofaluma try really grinded my gears towards the end, especially after being looked at. But, to overcome that 12-0 start and put on points, and especially lead at halftime, I thought it was a pretty good performance. And I thought Reed Marnie really stepped up. I thought Reed Marnie in the last couple of weeks hasn't done a lot. Still hasn't earned his kicking license, in my opinion, but seems to go for it every game. But yeah, it was a good game from Reed, but probably Mitchell Moses as man of the match for the game.
Would you say Reed cut them to pieces, or he turned up on their turf? Thank you.
Thank you for the buns tonight.
I am. All right, Matt, let's go.
Yeah, it was a good game. I think Mitch Moses just ended Luke Brooks's career. Sorry, Luke, but yeah, it was one of those games where they were just giving it to each other all night. Regan, good backing up on the inside from the Guffo kick. Another one he called no try, but it clearly made the ref look like an idiot again. But yeah, I feel like the Sean Lane one definitely should have been a try. It's like they try and take it away from you rather than prove that it's a try. They prove that it's not a try. So yeah, after a couple of replays, they should have just said inconclusive, go with the on-field decision. But yeah, it was good. The forwards ran hard. Murata at start was unbelievable, considering the fact he was playing front row. But yeah, Isaiah, we can talk about that later, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, don't worry.
Yeah, so yeah, hopefully he has another good game this week because I put him in my super coach. But yeah, it was a good win. Could have been more, but 2 points is 2 points.
Yeah, especially at Leichhardt, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Troy, watching in the comfort of the Parra Cave, or are you allowed inside to watch the game this week?
I was actually inside tonight, the other night on Saturday night. And it gets a bit cold on these winter nights out in the cave, as you could expect. But look, it was a bit of a slow start, I thought. And yeah, definitely that try to Sean Lane was a try, or the no try was a try. As you said in the intro, if you slow anything down, you're going to pick something out of it. If you play that at normal speed, looks like a try and should have been a try. We need that pass the ball forward technology in the balls to give Will Penasini his try because, again, that was everyone saw that was backwards as well. I think what probably stopped that one from being a try was the fact that Reed passed it over his head. So that probably may have hurt the chances of it being called a decent pass and a try to Will. But look, I actually think Nathan Brown was one of the better players on the night. he came off the bench and he got his recall after a few weeks out. He's been dropped again this week, but we might see him play. You never know. But I actually thought he was one of the better players. He really hit the line hard and made his tackles. I think he unfortunately was on report for a tackle there. Yeah. So aggression in rugby league. Who would have thought of that?
Controlled aggression, Nathan.
yeah. So, RCG, after being dropped from the Origin side once again, really proved that he should probably be there. He got bashed all night, but he kept on getting back up again, scored that try. And we saw Wonga Blake pass the ball to Michael Sevo, and then Sevo has got a kicking game on him, and Reed scores that try. So it was good to get the win.
We go back before we continue and highlight the fact why Wonga doesn't pass the ball. Can you just go? I know he had juggled himself.
Well, he did.
But he passed the ball. It was an absolute terrible ball to Micah as well.
Yeah, it was. But, previous years.
Called forward.
Yeah. And previous years, he might have just held on to that. But,
he probably could have scored.
He obviously saw an opportunity. But, it was a little bit disappointing for them to score a few tries in the end. And it was down the same side both times, which is a little bit disappointing. But, look, I think at this stage of the season, our top 4 chances are going to rely on wins and wins only. I think our for and against is too low to catch those top 4 teams. So I think the most important thing for us is just to win the games. Doesn't matter about the margin. Just win the games, get the 2 points, and then hopefully that'll get us into the top 4.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, I think if we win, I've been playing around with that ladder predictor as well. I think if we win 8 out of 9, we can make the top 4 easily. Considering we play, obviously, Brisbane twice above us, we've got to knock off them. I believe, who did Cronulla play this week?
The Cowboys.
Cowboys. So that'll be a tough one.
There you go. So, but no matter who wins that game, they're both on 24 points. We win, we go level with whoever loses it. Obviously, for and against. But, like I said, we kind of want... Yeah, I looked through it. I worked it all out. But like I said, we just got to win our games of football, obviously, don't we? Win 8 out of 9 will be top 4, maybe top 2.
The good thing about the run home is all the teams above us kind of play each other as well. So 100%. That helps.
The table setting,
100%. Yeah, and that's exactly. And like I said, we jump Brisbane. We don't have to worry about who plays Brisbane. We beat Brisbane twice. We win our other games. We finish above them. And then obviously hope some other results go away. I personally, what I've worked out is I believe we could be playing Melbourne in round 25. If we drop one game, we could be playing Melbourne for second spot. The Cowboys have got a few games that they're going to lose, especially with some teams fighting for survival, we'll say, in the top 8. But yeah. All right, let's go to our man of the match of the game. Look, I'm going to give a mention. I thought Brown was actually pretty superb as well. And it just highlights, too, there's definitely more going on than just being a playing ability thing with why Brown hasn't been selected this week. But if you look at his stats, which I love the stats, in 38 minutes, he made 10 runs for 99 metres. So averaging 9.9, anything over 8 is declared as a good hitter. If you look at, and not saying Reg had a bad game, but they certainly rocked him earlier, that's for sure. But Reg in 56 minutes made 14 runs for 100 metres. So he had 4 more runs for 1 more metre in an extra 31 minutes a game, and he only made 7 more tackles. Now, Reg is obviously one of our premier forwards and usually makes 200 metres, so it shows how tough it was out there and how much the Tigers did want to turn up defensively on the day. I thought Brown pretty roughly treated. We'll get to the team, obviously, later, but especially when you kind of call your son in who's not going to cover a similar position.
Reg also played 40 minutes straight and then played, 15
Oh, yeah, like I said,
minutes
I'm not saying it was a bad game, but
no,
you can
probably could have went the whole way.
You can look at some of
those.
We've
seen him do that before.
Well, I thought Murata looked gassed after he played well, but I thought he looked gassed after about 7 or 8 minutes. But then in his second stint, he come back well. So obviously his minutes were down on what Paula would play. But yeah, you're right. And I've completely got it wrong. Reg played an extra 18 minutes and Brown. It was Papula who played 69. But I thought Reg, those early carries, they knew he'd be able to prove a point missing out on Origin again, especially when someone like Jacob Safidi gets put in the team over you. They knew he'd be able to prove a point, and they got up every time. You go back and watch that game. most of the time when you're making a run, they're going to meet you about the 7-8 metre line. Anything after that, you're going to drive as your leg drive and get those post-contact meters. Every time there was 3 of them up on him, meeting him 4 or 5 meters. I don't know if that come down to him taking more of a run up to try and get a bit more steam or something, and he wasn't quite catching the ball at the advantage line. But either way, they certainly, they did get up in his face, which is probably good for him in future weeks, to be honest, because he'll be able to prove a point every week he plays now. So, look, I'm going to go my man of the match. Like I said, honourable mention to Brown. I'm going to give it to Papali'i. I thought he was superb. Once again, made the most metres for any of our team, 154 metres in tough conditions, tough wet conditions, dewy as well, on suburban ground there. Obviously got the try, loved the try, and 28 tackles. I thought it was superb. So, Matt, we'll go to you. Hayden, you've already got yours, wasn't it? I can't remember. You went Reed.
Moses.
He went Moses with honourable mention to Reed.
Yeah.
Honourable mention to Brown. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty much the same. I think Mitch, we all know you'll always go after that man in the match against Tigers. But I just want to quickly say, like, Sivo, that's probably the best game I've seen him play since he come back to first grade. Made a few breaks. He's got a kicking game all of a sudden. Sat up perfectly for Reed. So, but yeah, so a couple of try assists on his point as well. And yeah, unlucky not to get another try.
How close was that? He's got too big a feet.
His small toe just grazed that line. But yeah, it was good to see him get in the clear a couple times. And yeah, hopefully we can build from that more. But yeah, also I just want to shout out to mention the whole team. We saw the week before against South, we were 12-0 down. This time we were 12-0 down and just fought back. So it was good to see they didn't go into their shell like they did the week before. And yeah, because we've all seen it in the past that they do that, but the team actually come out and put on a show.
He actually picked up a bit of a knock to Sivo in the second half. He was limping around for most of the second half. Then he made that line break, and once again, he's put his foot down as opposed to trying to run over people. So maybe it's an injury thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I was going to say, I think we should commend our team for getting involved in Try July. It's a great cause, and there are a few teams over the weekend that I'm not going to mention them, but you weren't getting involved. Your club should be getting involved, but
there's only 4 games, right?
There's still 3 teams that didn't get involved with Try July. So it's great to see Reed with the lawnmower and Isaiah Papali'i with the old Nikon or Canon camera. Great to see.
So was Melbourne one that didn't get involved because they only scored 1 try?
Melbourne was 1, I believe. Tigers were 1, and I don't know about Newcastle. I think Newcastle may have been the other one. Maybe 3 then. Maybe 3.
Yeah, Newcastle haven't got much to celebrate, let's be honest. So, Troy, go to you. I'll take anything I can get.
Yeah, look, I mentioned him before, Nathan Brown. I thought it was, even though he did come off the bench, Mitchell Moses, another good game. Always expected off against the Tigers, but he really led the side around and scored a great try himself. But and that's probably expected of him, especially with the talk of his contract extensions and $1 million a year. But that's what you need. that's what you need from your halfback leading the side around anyway. So yeah, probably Nathan Brown, to be honest. Just the way he just tackles and he runs off the back fence and he's not afraid of anything. So probably him.
So the player that got dropped this week, you've given man of the match.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought
he didn't deserve to get dropped. We'll say that much.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could throw in RCG as well as another potential man of the match as well. But I'll stick with Brownie.
All right, let's quickly talk about it. Ice baby. I come home and watch the replay, and when I watched the replay of his try, I turned and saw the look he gave up scoring his try at some of the boys, and it was a look of, what the fuck have I done? And that's the only way I can describe it. If he was having second thoughts about going there next year because of Maguire, then going to Leichhardt and probably seeing, I know they mentioned it, I don't know who it was that someone mentioned. I saw on the videos on the Parramatta page about the amount of Parramatta fans that once again at an away game. They said it's not unnoticed to support the turn up. So you would have noticed that turn up. There's several Parra chants went up. And then probably the final factor for him was sitting there looking at Mitchell Moses, who's asking for $1 million next year and what he's done, and going, "Oh, I could play next to Luke Brooks is on 1.1 million next year." So I don't know. When there's smoke, there's fire. These kind of things don't usually come out unless there is some kind of thing. The rumor has it that he's going to bail. He's going to get an out clause from the Tigers. They may want to play a swap if they do agree to release him. Convenient that Nathan Brown's going to be leaving Parramatta, isn't it?
Nathan Brown.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. And he would be good for them as well.
Well, he's actually linked to him.
Yeah, and we do have the salary cap space available all of a sudden, which is magic. So let's hope it's true. Troy, you got something to say?
There was also rumours of one of your favourite players maybe going to the Tigers as well as a sweetener to keep Papa.
Jacob Arthur?
No.
Oh.
Hayes Perham.
Yeah.
There was talk that he was. They were trying to get him to the Tigers to keep Isaiah,
especially after he scores 4 tries on him.
Yeah,
and that's.
Yeah,
Look,
so,
I was going to mention him if we weren't on such a timeline because of Mr. Queenslander, but he's got nothing. Hayes Perham once again. I was going to mention when we got the team list. He was brilliant again in New South Wales Cup. He was a class above once again. We saw him on the wing. He's got to have a run the centres, or I don't know what you got to do. You've got to do something with him, give him a crack. But we see Jacob Arthur come into the team this week as a utility, and he wasn't even the best player on the field in that game on Saturday night. Perham stood out. So I just think he's got to be our 14. I know Arthur's wearing 15, but you know the old saying of the 14. If we put him to 14, we have enough depth to cover any position in the back line by changing players around. I know he thinks he can do that with Arthur by putting Brown to the centres. I'll tell you this much. If one of our centres goes down on Friday night, I don't care what the score is. If Brown gets moved to the centres and Arthur comes on to 5'8", I'll get up and walk out. Because with 9 games to go, how many games have we got to go? 8 games to go. If Dylan Brown is moved to the centres when he's been killing it at 5'8", it took him 3 or 4 weeks to get back to his best last time that happened. So mark those words. That's out of a bold prediction. If Arthur comes on and Brown moves to the centres, I'll get up and walk out of the game on 50% chance not going to at the current time.
Just put Murata back into the centres and put Arthur at
we
lock.
have other options.
Put Arthur at lock. And then
I see him at lock.
You see Arthur picked at lock.
Yeah, I see Arthur's future at lock.
100%. He's big enough.
A Matto, yeah.
Or second row, 100%. But he's not.
He just needs to start going to the gym with Matto.
Yeah, he's not there. Well, 100%. So, but he's not there yet. And I think Perham is there to be a game breaker, as Arthur's not going to be a game breaker. And I don't hate Arthur. Don't get me wrong. I know he's cops a lot of criticism and there's a lot of stuff happened before. I think the kid's got a good future, but he's just not ready for that future yet. And I know everyone says you got to give him time, you got to blood him or whatever, give him a chance. But he's had his chances. Perham hasn't had a chance. If Perham plays 14, I personally, I'll get my bold predictions, but I think we're going to put the cleaners through the Warriors this week. Maybe that's the reason that Arthur was picked, but take Arthur off to the last 20 minutes. Give Perham a run at fullback. Or, take
But it is a tough one because Perham played wing for a while there, and he did have his moments on the wing there.
Yeah,
and maybe that's not his best position, but
definitely not. But if you have your time again now, let's say he is on the bench this weekend and Micah goes down. I'm hoping Micah doesn't. We saw he was carrying some kind of leg injury. You put Blake to the wing, who's obviously excelled on the wing, and you can put Perham in the centres. Gutho, you want to give Gutho a 20-minute breather because they're up by 40 with 20 minutes to go. You turn around, you take Gutho off and give Perham a crack at fullback. There's so many options. You want to give Moses a break, you put Gutho. There's so many things you can switch around, and I don't know. I just think the kid deserves a go. But going back to it, if he does go to the Tigers, although I'll be sad to lose him, I think he needs to be playing regular first-grade football. As simple as that. He is. 100% I could at the Tigers still. I'm better than Luke Brooks. And he is better than a New South Wales Cup standard player. And I'd hate to see another kid, I'm just going to say it, I'd hate to see another kid due to the way Brad Arthur picks his teams, get stuck over playing second grade football in the Super League.
Well, it'll be Ethan Parry all over again as well. Ethan Parry was one of those players who had a few games at the club, but you could see he was more than a New South Wales Cup player, but unfortunately wasn't in the side much as well. Very similar style.
Yeah, I'm not going to say much about Ethan Parry because he come up here to play, and there's a little bit more to that than people know. Let's just say he has a
I know a little bit to that.
He has a bracelet now. We'll say that much. A very nice bracelet. Anyway,
I'm not saying anything.
Hey,
I'm not saying anything. We're friends.
yeah, no. Let's move on. This week's game: Parramatta versus the Warriors. Everyone got the man match. Oh, hang on. Before we do, sorry, Hayden. We almost forgot the most important part. Our bold predictions. All right.
And first try scorers. Bailey can't score tries. No one back him this year. He just can't score friggin' tries.
He's a new Fergo.
I had it. I literally had him at the start of the year as leading try scorer.
Yeah, how's that going for you?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no.
Is
Thanks,
Dylan
Corey
Brown
Norman.
our leading try scorer, if I'm not mistaken? Troy, did you know that?
No. You put me on the spot there.
Question, I'm going to have a look.
That is a good question. I have to go research that one afterwards.
Right.
But
Matt, take us through the
I'd
bold
say Gutho would be right up there, to be honest.
Take us through the bold predictions, Matt,
Hang on.
and through our scores, and I'll come back to you as I look this up.
Well, I got one for Reed scoring a try.
Adam's bold prediction was 40 to 8.
Yeah, no, not bold first. Oh, yeah, score one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
sorry.
Score line. So 40 to 8, Adam.
All right, I'll stop
Troy
you
had-
there. Clint Gutherson scored 9 tries, so
There you
There you go.
he's our leading
Gutho.
try scorer. Yep,
Troy
continue
had-
on.
Troy had 36-0. Hayden had 30 to 14, which I think's the closest.
Yeah.
And I had 52 to 2.
Hayden gets 1 point there.
All right. So first try scorer, Adam had Moses. Troy had Reed. Hayden had Bailey, and I had Wonga Blake. So none of us.
Yeah, Troy gets the point though because Reed scored before Mitch.
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, did we say last try scorer? No, I scored the last try scorer. Never mind. It was worth a try. All right.
All right. So Adam was probably almost the closest. If we didn't let those other two tries in, Moses double and more points than Tigers.
I'll stop you there and say I had a $700 multi with Ice, Sivo, and Moses double, riding on Moses scoring a double. And he's once again, that's the second time he's let me down this year. Against the Roosters, I need him to score a try.
Mate, gamble responsibly.
Oh,
Yeah, I needed Ravalawa for, I think it was 490 off the little $5 that I had on the Broncos and the Dragons game. So I know you're paying there, Adam.
yeah, no, it hurts, don't it? All right, keep going, Matt.
All right. Troy had Brooks to get hooked in the first half.
He probably should have.
He
Yeah.
nearly did, I reckon.
All right. Hayden had Lane to run over 130 meters. Do we know what
happened there?
that were?
He ran 92, I believe.
Okay.
Stats,
I had
man.
And I had
Yeah, I'm
Wonga
getting there,
hat-trick.
He ran 91. Yep. Right.
And I had Wonga
All right,
hat-trick.
mate. Sorry, what
And
do
you
you
have
have?
one.
I had Wonga hat-trick.
How'd that go for you?
Yeah, nah.
Can I claim the points?
Yeah. Oh,
right.
no, I reckon Hayden.
No, it was 39 meters off, mate. Moses.
No.
I
For
got Reed.
no,
No,
but
I
the-
meant for the bold
point.
prediction.
yeah, for
Oh,
bold
bold
prediction,
prediction.
you can take a point.
Are we
What's the
keeping
lead?
tally? Are we
What's
keeping
the, what's the
tally?
ladder? What's the ladder? What's the ladder?
I'll go
What's
to the
leaderboard?
Bailey's ladder now. Hang
Let's go with
on.
the Bailey's ladder.
I've got no idea.
I'll add it up and have a look. I think I'm the only one. I think there's two of us that. I think Troy's leading with that game where he got like 2 out of 3.
I got the sin bin that time, the 2 sin bins in the game. I didn't get the players right, but I got the sin bins. I was pretty happy with that.
Like Guffo first try score against Titans, which got up.
Yeah, and poor
And then-
poor Troy has absolutely cursed everyone he's put down as his first try scorer. So,
Yeah. So, it almost came off last week that Will would have scored, but it was called back.
yeah, fair. All right, let's look at this
Warriors
week's game.
Friday night.
Warriors Friday night 7:50. Not the game you'd expect to see 7:55. Go to the team list. Look, Paulo's names. I don't expect Paulo to play. 2-day turnaround against a team coming where they come in second or third last. Don't expect that to happen. Murata at lock with Madison once again out. The rest of the team as named, as they usually are. And the bench is Makatoa, Arthur, Kafusi, and Rodwell. I believe Brown in 20 may come into the team. I don't see why he wouldn't. I suppose there's something else going on. But El Zarkin, we haven't, not a bloke really spoke about, but apparently he was absolutely superb in the New South Wales Cup game again.
Yeah, he made a couple of breaks
Set
on
up
the edge. And,
the last try for Hayes.
Am I right in assuming he's actually one of our development players? Or
Yeah.
So he can play now because it's after June 30. So
Yeah.
Named in the 19, probably not a bad game to give the kid a debut against if he has been killing it. Second rower, obviously, but obviously can probably play lock as well. So wouldn't mind seeing him come in if Paulo was out. You see Makatoa start again, which I didn't really agree with. I would have liked to see Brown starting last week. Or maybe even Rodwell will get a start and then Murata will go front row. But that's the team. That's the game. The Warriors, look, they've been pretty inconsistent. I touched on this a couple of weeks ago. They went home. They got that first game back at home. Then they had the week off. Then they've come over here. They're not going to be ready for this game. They've been catching up with family. They've been catching up with friends. This is our chance to make a statement. I'm going to get bold now, but I'll repeat it after. And I say we win this game by 50 points.
52-2 or
I was actually going to go 56-4. So 10 tries to 1. I can see it happening. I can see us being up big at half time. It's due. We haven't had a game like that. Since we played Brisbane in the
finals.
Final 58-0. We haven't had a game. We've just come out and blown a team away like that.
Oh, didn't we beat Titans 40-6?
I'm talking over 50, like a game that looks like it could break. A game that looks like it could break records until we bring Gutherson off with 10 minutes to go, or bring Moses off with 10, 15 minutes to go, and bring Jacob Arthur on. That'll stop that. We'll get one try in that last 20 minutes. I can see us being up. I'm going to go even bolder. I don't even know why I'm going bold now, but just write this down so I don't have to repeat it later. We're going to go Parramatta to be scoring a point a minute in the first half. There you go. You get that one, Hayden? You look confused.
I'm confused. Do the math for you there, mate.
So every minute they score a point.
Yeah. So I'm saying that Parramatta.
So 40-0 at half time or 40-4.
Yeah, something up by 40 at half time.
I mean, the Sharks did it last year against the Cowboys. So
100%, it's been done before, mate. We almost did it against the Cowboys that year that me and you played in that game. So we were up 30-0 at half time.
Didn't the Storm do it last year?
We almost Gavin Cooper came back and scored 3 tries.
Yeah, I think we got beat, but they come back and got us. But look, obviously the danger man for this game, we've got Reece Walsh and Johnson playing there. Johnson's been pretty inconsistent, but a 4-pack isn't terrible. Vanilla Blake's been a bit off, but I can't really see one position where they're stronger than us across the field in a way, unless obviously we lose a couple of players due to backing up and stuff or injuries. So I just think we can demolish them, to be honest. I've got nothing else to say. I just think it's our time to turn up and put a big scoreline on. So anyone got anything for the preview? Anything you want to say?
Yeah, just a quick one. I feel like they've been coy, kind of. Did you get a chance to watch BA's interview?
No.
Where he said we're in the position we wanted to be at this part of the year. Now it's our time to play our best footy and go on the run to the finals. So it kind of got me excited watching that and listening to him to like. It's kind of like
where to get you excited?
Yeah, well, they've been in like cruise control to get to this game, and then now we've got what six home games or 7 home games.
Yeah, we've got a good run of home games. We play. Yeah, I think it's 2 more away games. So what you're saying is, in previous years we've had a slump at the end of the season.
Yeah,
and then we haven't been able to carry it to finals. Last year we had our slump about now. And I wouldn't say it's been a slump because it's still been winning games. Yeah, we took a couple of good batterings last year around this time.
Yeah.
So you're saying that they've tried a different method this year, played it coy, haven't put as much aggression in the game to protect injuries and stuff, and now they're going to go on a run against some top teams.
Yeah, that's what I got out of that comment. And BA made a
Well-
good point about consistency. I think it's been, how many weeks did he say? Like
What did
90
you say?
something, 190 weeks or something. We haven't
Yeah,
been
Dylan
outside the
Brown on the
Dylan
Matty John
Brown.
show. Did you
Matty
see
John.
Dylan Brown on the Matty John show? He goes, yeah, we're going well every second week.
But yeah, like
Yeah,
we
I think it's
haven't,
about
we
90,
haven't
90
been,
weeks in the top 8.
yeah, we haven't been outside the top 8 since 2018, I think it was.
Yeah, we come last year, so definitely out
Yeah.
the top 8.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah, but
Yeah, so
Cool.
well, previous years we've started off real fast, haven't we? And we've been up
Yeah.
1 or 2 for most of the season, and then State of Origins come, and then we've had our slump, and then it's just continued over into the finals. So, he's probably right. Like we've been consistent each week, win loss, win loss, win loss, and then now middle of July, start of August is when you want to start be playing your football that you want to win the comp with.
All right. Nothing else. Let's get to our bowl predictions.
All right.
I'll go first because I've obviously already given you my score line.
What was it?
56 to
6
4.
to 4. Bowl prediction was Parramatta to be scoring a point a minute in the first half. I'm not going to say
So
40.
Parramatta 40-0 at half time.
No, because if it's 42 new, you count me out. I'm saying a point a minute. More than a point a minute.
But there's only
Right.
40 minutes.
Yeah, more than a point a minute. At or more than a point a minute is the title I'm going with. My first try scorer. I've got to go Brown against the Warriors. Dylan Brown. Nathan Brown won't be throwing the first try if he is, he'll be paying a bit. Dylan Brown, first try scorer against the Warriors. I was going to go Ice because obviously another Kiwi as well. 3 Kiwis, Murata. One of them will get it. We'll see a Kiwi scoring the first try. That's my predictions. Who are we going to? Hayden, you next?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to go with a big win here, like you guys. Not going to go in those 50s, but I reckon we'll win this game by 20. I'm going to go 32 points to 12. I'll back Matty's 12 prediction there. Bold prediction for the match. I reckon Sivo will score a double. I think he's scored a few 1 tries lately, so I reckon on that left edge, Wonga doesn't pass much, so Wonga to pass twice is the bold prediction, and Sivo to score a double. And you know what? You boys seem to be backing a lot of forwards for first try scorer. I've gone a bit soft for the wing and those type of positions. Gutho a few weeks ago. This week, I'm actually going to make a bit of a prediction that Junior Paulo doesn't back up from Origin, that short turnaround, which means Murata Niokore probably moves to the 10. And I'm going to predict that Makatoa at lock, Makahesi Makatoa, first try scorer.
All right.
And would that be his first try in first grade?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah,
I forgot to mention as well. I'd like to wish Kai Rodwell a massive congratulations for his 4th first grade game this week.
So this week will be his 5th. All right, score prediction. I'm going to go. 36-18. I'm going to go Sean Lane, first try scorer. He's going to get the try this week off a Mitch kick or a Dylan kick, one of the two. But Sean Lane, first try scorer. And I'm going to go Jazz Tavanga to get sin binned in this game. So if they were smart. What for? Well, it won't be back chat because obviously he's been watching Brandon Smith and see what happens to him. Like he doesn't want to be suspended for 3 weeks. High tackle, I reckon. High tackle. Yeah, high tackle. Yeah, won't be throwing a punch, but high tackle. If the Eels are smart, they'll give him a bit of niggle, and because he's a bit known for that. So there you go.
Yeah. All right. What do you got, Matt? You've lost your score line, obviously.
No, it was close, but I didn't lose it. So I got 36-16. I feel like we'll cruise to the front and then we'll just grind it out, get a bit of practice. I got Wonga again, first try.
You going to score a hat-trick? Or?
Nah.
And
we were talking about it earlier, and I was wondering if someone would get it as their bold prediction, but I had it written down since the start because I remember last year this happened. with Jacob Arthur named on the bench, I'm tipping that Mitch Moses will play fullback in the last 10 to give Guffo a break.
Yeah,
Because
right.
it happened last year.
Yep. Fair enough.
And Jacob did score a try against the Warriors last year at Magic Round. So
He did.
might
Those
score another
disgusting
one.
white jerseys. All right.
That
That's
we
all we
won
got.
on the weekend.
Obviously, big state of origin tomorrow night. So I'm just quickly going to say I think New South Wales will win by 19 plus. So yeah, Hayden. What have you got?
Jeez.
Here we go.
Look out.
A quick
Look
shirt
out.
change.
I'm going to say
I
New
thought
South
that'd
Wales.
be
New South Wales. Not if he comes back shirtless, I'm ripping mine off as well. Here we go.
Here we
what,
go.
what happened to you? Yeah.
Tiger High School, 18th man.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway,
I'll
I'm
be
going
rocking tomorrow night.
19 plus New South Wales. I'm not going to do a score line.
19 plus.
19 plus. Yeah, I just don't think they're going to have it. I think we saw how good Munster's. Oh, shit, it's Fatty Vorton's joined us. Fatty, how are you, mate?
Good, mate.
See that or Susan Boyle. All right. Anyone else got anything to comment on Origin?
Queensland to
Oh.
win 16 points to 12. The Blues to score first through Stephen Crichton.
Yeah,
New
actually,
South
I was
Wales.
going to go Crichton my first try score as well, actually. I think he got a bit of heat last game. So, Troy?
New South Wales 28-16. Nathan Cleary to get man of the series, and the commentators to go off their nanas about, oh, look at the size of that Matt Burton bomb. How high is that?
Now
yeah.
everyone else is chucking a score, and I'm going to go 31 to 12. So, Matt, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to say 28 to 6. I'm going to say Burton will score 2 tries. And I'm going to say, obviously, Cleary man of the match.
Right, wonderful. All right, well, we obviously wish you luck up there, Hayden. We hope you lose, but I know Queensland was good to you and breaking a pretty impressive drought last time. So hopefully you can get a bit of luck this time while you're up there and lose the game.
Yeah.
Thanks. Have a good one, guys.
Safe travels. Go Parra. Go the
Blues.
Blues.
Yeah. See you all Friday.